Okay, students, welcome to the online class on SHM, simple harmonic motions. Today, are in the last class, we have discussed some important parameters from SHM. Let us see what are the things we have discussed in the last class. Okay. In the SHM, in the morning's class, we have discussed the spring constants in series as well as in parallel. So if I have two springs, S1 and S2. Oh, share Madilala. Sorry. I have not shared the screen. Sorry. Yes. Okay. I have to share the screen. Is the screen visible, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now it is visible. Sorry. Okay. So in the morning's class, we have discussed about the springs when connected in series and in parallel. Okay. So when I have a spring that is connected in series, okay, I have seen two springs which are connected in series. Okay, like this. Okay. So this is one spring S1 and this is the spring S2. So when I connect them in series, I can replace the two springs with a common spring, okay, such that the value of the two springs is given by Ks is equal to K1 plus K2. So I will explain in short. So if I have two springs, okay, if I have two springs, S1 and this is with the spring constant K1 and there is one more spring, okay, which is having a spring constant K2. This is spring S2. When I connect them in series means one after the other, back to back. So this is the case, first spring and this is second spring connected back to back. Okay, this is S1, this is S2 with the spring constant K1 with the spring constant K2. Now I can replace this with a common spring, a single spring whose spring constant is Ks, that is equal to K1, K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So if I have two springs in series, I can replace them with a equivalent spring. This is the equivalent spring. Okay. So this is the one we have discussed in the today's morning class. Then we have second one is the springs in parallel. Okay. So I have two springs. Okay. Okay. S1 and S2. Same springs I have S1 and S2. So this is the spring. Two springs. This is the first spring S1. This is spring S1 whose spring constant is K1. Now parallel connection means, okay, we are connecting edge to edge. That is top end is connected to top end and other end is connected to the lower end, free end. So this is the way I am connecting in parallel. When I connecting in parallel, so this is S1, this spring is S2 and it has a spring constant K2. So when I connect in these two in parallel combination, I can replace this with the equivalent spring Kp whose value is K1 plus K2. Okay, I can replace this with the equivalent spring. So this is the discussion what we have made in today's class and I have derived it and these two derivation are very important for your examination. Okay. Now let us go for the next topic. A small topic is there that is called as free oscillations. It's called as free oscillations. Okay. So let us start today's discussion. That is the thing, but the oscillations are vibrations. Now we have been studying oscillations are vibrations right now. There are three main types of oscillations. One, the free oscillations. Second one is the damped oscillation and the third one is the forced oscillation. You're getting the point? Free oscillation, damped oscillation and forced oscillation. Three main types of oscillations. Now here, these 2 and 3, okay, it involves lot of mathematical analysis, okay. So I may need to take 2 classes consecutively or 2 classes in one day, okay, so that to complete the mathematical analysis. In the examination, no, definitely you will get out of these 2 questions, one question you will get definitely on these two theory part. Explain the damped oscillations with the theory or explain forced oscillations with the theory part. Okay. Now today we will discuss what is free oscillations, and we'll discuss some of the important parameters of the free oscillations. Okay. So what are free oscillations? Anybody? Okay. What are free oscillations? Okay. Do you have any idea what are free oscillations? Now I have a screen. Okay, you can see the screen here. I have defined what is free oscillations are free vibrations. What are free oscillations are free vibrations. Now these are the vibrations once set in. These are the vibrations or oscillations. If you set in means you once you start or once you start, okay, they oscillate forever. They oscillate forever. You are getting the point? Such type of oscillations are called as free oscillations. You are getting the point? On its own, they are oscillating forever. You are getting the point? I request to students to mute their mic. Okay. Free oscillations are the oscillations which when start to oscillate, when the oscillations set in, they oscillate forever. They oscillate forever. Okay. They oscillate forever. Okay. Now here, these are only the ideal. You're getting the point. You cannot have in reality. You cannot have in reality such type of oscillations. You are getting the point. In physical world, there is no way you can get such oscillations. There is no way you can get such oscillations. You're getting the point. Such oscillations, when you start, they are not going to oscillate forever. You're getting the point. They are not going to oscillate forever. These are only the ideal cases. They are nothing but only the ideal cases. Got it? Ideal means in theoretical ideas only we have such type of oscillations. Now, if you look at this spring, you're getting the point. This pendulum. Now it is on the screen and it is oscillating continually. The spring or the simple pendulum is oscillating. It is not stopping. Here it is vibrating. Spring is vibrating. It is vibrating forever. Forever. Oscillating forever. Only thing is you have to initiate it. You have to excite it, give energy. You are getting the point. So what happens? They are oscillating on their own. There is no necessary to keep the oscillations on with the help of energy. You're getting the point. You cannot, there is no necessary to have energy. Once you set in, they are going to oscillate on their own. So we can define free oscillations or vibrations as the vibrations in which the body vibrates with its own natural frequency when left free for itself. Okay, therefore I call it as the ideal oscillations. These are called as ideal oscillations or vibrations. Ideal oscillations are vibrations. Okay, you don't get in a physical world. Okay, you cannot get such a thing in a physical world. Not possible. It's not possible in physical world. Okay, so this is just a theoretical concept that we are using. Now, for example, here I have used a spring mass system. This spring mass system is having a natural frequency of, it is having a frequency of 1 upon 2 pi into root of k by m. I think you have learned this. You will be, I think you have used it already. So n is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into root of k by m is the frequency of this oscillation. While the frequency of this simple pendulum is given by, again, 1 upon 2 pi into root of g by l or l by g. I have to look in. So it is root of g by l, root of g by l. What is g here? G is the acceleration due to gravity. L is the length of the pendulum. Okay. Now here k is the spring constant, m is the mass that you have hanged here. This is the mass that you hanged. That is the mass m. K is the spring constant. Got it? So what are free oscillations again? Free. Sorry.
Sir, video.
Okay, just a minute, just a minute. Huh. So these are the oscillations in which the body oscillates forever on its own. Okay, free oscillations can be defined as the vibrations or oscillations in which the body vibrates with its own natural frequency, when left for free. So I have to, I think I have, n is missing here, just 1 upon 2 pi into root of k by m. It is n is equal to 1 by t. That is 1 by t means time period. Okay. And for this, the value of frequency is n. Natural frequency is 1 upon 2 pi into root of g by l. Okay. G is the thing, but the acceleration due to gravity. You just remember this equation, acceleration due to gravity. And L is the length of the pendulum, length of the simple pendulum. Okay. Now these are called as the natural frequency. These are called as the natural frequency. Okay. So now I'll ask a question: why they are oscillating forever? Why they are oscillating freely? The reason is that in free oscillations, okay, the oscillations are forever. The oscillations are forever because we believe that there is no frictional forces. There is no frictional forces. Okay. Okay, there is no frictional forces. Now, what is this frictional force? What is the meaning of this? Now, here the simple pendulum or the spring mass system is going to oscillate because there is no frictional force or resisting force. What happens is that when the pendulum is in free air, when in free space, okay, what happens? You have the airflow that is present. This airflow is acting as a frictional force. It is acting as a frictional force. So therefore, what happens is that the airflow will gradually resist the motion of the spring mass system, gradually resist the oscillations of it. So therefore, gradually this is acting as a resisting medium. The airflow is resisting the oscillation. Oscillation resist air. Similarly, there is an air here, this is the airflow. If I have an airflow here for the spring mass also, there is a slowly the oscillations will come to halt. Why? Because the airflow is acting as a resisting medium. Slowly the air will resist the oscillations, and over the time the oscillations completely stop. But in free oscillations, we believe that, keep in mind, in free oscillations, we believe that there is no frictional force. Okay. Keep in mind, for free oscillations, It is an ideal. Okay, ideal. Okay, ideal means standard ideal oscillations. Okay, and there is no friction. Friction are resisting forces. Okay, so therefore the oscillations are forever. Okay, now once you get this idea, you can define a term called as natural frequency. These are oscillating with the natural frequency. Look at this, I have written here natural frequency. This is the natural frequency. Natural frequency of oscillation for the pendulum. Natural frequency of oscillation for the spring mass system. What is natural frequency? The frequency with which a body vibrates freely at its own, such type of frequency we call it as the natural frequency. You are getting the point? The frequency with which the body vibrates, tannastಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನ vibrate ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ frequency ಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ, we call it as the natural frequency. Okay, the spring mass system is vibrating. What is the natural frequency? N is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into root of k by m is the natural frequency. Natural frequency. Similarly, I have the pendulum. Okay, simple pendulum. It is oscillating forever. Okay, in the last diagram I had it. So this is the natural frequency. This is a pendulum and the spring. Now, what is the natural frequency of this? It is given by n equal to 1 upon 2 pi into root of g by l. So these are the natural frequency of the spring and the natural frequency of the pendulum. Okay, got it. Now there is a equation for this, for natural frequency. Okay, I will just write it here so it's comfortable here for writing the frequency. So as I told you, I have already defined the free oscillations. Now let us go for the bit of theory here. Free oscillations, just you should know it. For free oscillations, I can also write the SHM, equation for simple harmonic motion. The simple harmonic motion for a free oscillation or free oscillations are is given by same thing, d2y by dt square plus omega square y is equal to 0. This is the equation what you get. Similar procedure is same. Okay, and if you evaluate its amplitude, very interesting result you get. Amplitude is given by r into sine of omega t plus phi. Omega t plus phi. Now I have the spring mass system. Let us assume that it is oscillating freely. So it is executing free oscillations. Okay, andre infinite amount of time ga oscillate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So between the points A and B, like this is the point A and this is the point B. So between A and B, it is oscillating. Got it? Now there is a extension in the spring. It goes on oscillating. So this is y equal to 0. This is the position A. This is the position B. And this is the displacement y. Okay. Or any other which is oscillating freely, I can have this. This is the displacement y. So for such a case, the displacement is given by this term. Displacement is given. Now, how I should say that it is a periodic? How I should say it is free oscillation? Okay, got it. For free oscillations, if it is a free oscillation, I should write as if the oscillations are free. If I want to say the oscillations are free, then this equation y should hold true. This equation hold true for t equal to t plus capital T. If it is holding for t is equal to capital T, then I say it is oscillating freely forever. What is this time, capital T? Capital T is the period for one oscillation. It is called as the period for one oscillation. So in this equation, I should take it as 1, this as 2. To check whether it is oscillating freely, I should check the condition. This is condition for periodicity. This is actually the condition for periodicity. This is called as the periodicity condition. So I have to change t to t plus t. What is t? Capital T. Capital T is the time period. So in this case, if I substitute this condition t equal to t plus capital T in equation 2, if you put it, okay, therefore y is equal to r into sine of omega. I have t now. This t should be replaced with small t plus capital T. So therefore t plus capital T plus phi. So where phi is the phase, okay, initial phase, it's called as initial phase. So therefore you get r into sine of, rearrange it, you get omega into t plus omega into capital T plus phi. Okay. Now rearrange it here again. So r into sine of omega t, you keep as it is, plus this omega, no, you change it to 2 pi by t as it is into t plus phi. Why? Because you know that omega is given by 2 pi by t. It's already known to you. Okay. Now you look here, this get cancelled, this also get cancelled, and you have left with y is equal to r sine of omega t plus 2 pi plus phi. Again, I can rearrange it, r into sine of omega t plus phi, omega t plus phi plus 2 pi, or I will write it another way also, plus 2 pi. R, you can still write it like this, r into sine, okay, 2 pi plus omega t plus phi. So if you calculate the sine of, this is sine, this is r into sine of. Now if you calculate the sine 2 pi plus theta, it is the thing, but sine theta, you are getting the point. Likewise, I have y is equal to r into sine of omega t plus phi. So what it is that after one time period, it is again going back to its original position. It is going back to the original position. So it says that it is oscillating again and again. The meaning of this thing is that, okay, look here, what the condition of periodicity tells you. The condition for periodicity tells you that if I change t to t plus t, I should get back the original condition. Okay, so look here. So I have a signal xt, just you know it. Is it periodic? Is it periodic? If I want to check it, I have to substitute t to t plus capital T. So where t is the period of oscillation, So if the result is x of t plus capital T is equal to xt, then it is said to be a periodic function. It's said to be a periodic function. Now look at this. Now I have a function y is equal to r sine omega t plus phi. This is the amplitude. Now in this amplitude, I have changed t to t plus capital T. Once I change it, you get back the original function. Look at the condition, you get back the original function. Okay, so I have y of t plus t. So this is y. So this is after substituting t plus t, I am getting it as xt. So therefore, this is set to vary in the form of a sine function. So it is varying in the form of a sine function, in the form of a sine function. Sine function. Now, whenever you have sine function, the sine function are said to be infinite in nature. They are infinity. That means they are infinite in nature. Enidu infinite in nature antandra? That means the sine function, keep in mind, they are infinite means they have a value. Keep in mind, sine function have a value in between +1 or -1. But they are infinite in nature. They are infinite in nature means the sine function, if I draw it like this on the screen, it is not correct. Actually, the sine function extends from -infinity to +infinity like this. So therefore, this is a function which is varying from -infinity to +infinity. Values are plus or -1 only. You're getting the point. It is either +1 or -1. But it is varying from -infinity in space to +infinity. Therefore, the oscillations of such a spring mass system are said to be in free state or free oscillations. Why? Because they are oscillating forever. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರ ಅದರ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಸೈನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇವಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ದ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, why? So this is the displacement y, but the displacement is in the form of a sine function. So sine functions are a special type of functions where they extend from -infinity to +infinity. Therefore, the oscillations here keep on repeating. The oscillations here they keep on repeating. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ oscillations ಇದ್ರೊಳಗ they keep on repeating. Therefore, you get a free oscillations. So ಇಷ್ಟು ಗುರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ತಿಳಿಸೋಣ ಹೋಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ. Okay, so this is the free oscillations. Then I told you the meaning of the ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ಎರಡು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಸಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಎನಿ ಆಸಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಆಸಿಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವರ್. ಓಕೆ, believe that there is no resistance to it and it is oscillating forever with its natural frequency. What is natural frequency? That is a very important term. The frequency with which a body vibrates freely at its own, that is called as the natural frequency. ತನ್ನಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನ ವೈಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಫ್ರೀ ಆಸಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿಲೇ ಅದು ವೈಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನೋಡ್ರಂತ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ simple pendulum and the spring mass system. Okay, so let us go for the some problems from this chapter so far we have discussed. Okay, so let us go for the problems, numericals. Okay, hope it is clear to you. ಬರ್ಕೋರ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದ. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ? ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. Students, you read this problem and understand it, take it down. Idu nodkor idna, you take down this problem in your notebook and we will solve it later. Okay, ಬರ್ಕೋ ಒಂದ ನಿಮಿಷ. Hello students, are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Barkondre, have you taken down the problem? Okay, let us
Yes,
go.
sir.
This one simple problem is there. This has appeared for many times in the examination. So I will read out the problem. A mass of 0.5 kg causes an extension of 0.03 meter in a spring, and the system is set for oscillations. Find the force constant of the spring, angular frequency omega, period t, time period t of the resulting oscillations. So these are the evaluations you have to make: force constant, angular frequency, and the time period of a spring mass system, Okay, got it. Now I will draw a spring here first. This is just, it will make the concepts clear. I have the spring, okay, like this. A mass is hanged to a spring. What is the mass that is hanged to a spring? It is 0.5 kg. You can look here. The mass that is hanged to a spring is 0.5 kg. So I will take the mass m equal to, okay, given first mass solution. First write the information. Mass that is hanged to a spring, mass equal to 0.5 kg. Okay. Causes an extension of 0.3 meters in a spring. That means as soon as you apply the mass, okay, this is y equal to 0. This is the equilibrium position. There is an extension in the spring. The spring gets elongated like this, and the mass will be found in a new position. So this is the displacement y. How much is the displacement? It is small y. It is 0.03 meters. 0.03 meters. So I have to write the second one. What is second term given to you? Displacement. Displacement y equal to 0.03 meters. Okay, clear? Next, with this information, you have to find the first one, force constant. Go for the first one, force constant. Okay, how to evaluate the force constant? Now you know that the restoring force Fr, okay, is directly proportional to the displacement, but it is inverse, but it is pointing towards the equilibrium. So this is the direction of the applied force, and the restoring force is here, and it is proportional to the displacement y. It is proportional to the this Fr. This Fr is proportional to the displacement y. Okay, so therefore I have written Fr is directly proportional to y, and if you remove the proportionality sign, I should introduce a constant Fr equal to minus of k times y, where k is called as the spring constant. Therefore I can write k is equal to minus Fr divided by y, or I can write as F divided by y, where F is the applied force. Applied force. Here I have left negative sign. Why? Because I only want the magnitude. Negative sign implies that it is pointing, it is having a restoring force opposite to the applied force. So, okay, so therefore I will just neglect the negative sign. No necessity of using it. So therefore K, as you know, is given by F divided by y. What is F? F is the applied force. F is given by m into g, mass into gravity. So I can write it as mass into gravity divided by y. So therefore you substitute all the values. K equal to, what is mass? Mass is given 0.5 kg into gravity. I should write the gravity, acceleration due to gravity. G is equal to G. This is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So this information will be given to you in the examination. So this is 9.8 meter per second square. divided by y. Y is displacement. This is a displacement. So this is 0.03. Anybody can calculate and give me the answer? Anybody can calculate it and give me the answer.
163.3.
Very good.
163.3.
163.3 unit. Unit ಹೇಳಿರ್ತದ. F ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. Y ಅಂದ್ರ
163.33.
ಏನ್ರಿ? ಹಲೋ.
Yes, sir.
ಹಾ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರ ಅದ್ರ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್. ಓಕೆ. Displacement y andra meter, therefore it is Newton per meter. Got it? Is the first one. First value is over. Okay, so this is the first one. Next, another next the second one is the angular frequency. Very simple term. Yes, the use matter angular frequency spring mass system dolagagale brother formula same da. So we have used the second one. So it is the angular frequency. Angular frequency. Omega ante ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ದಾಗ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್. ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಏನದ?
Root of k by m, sir.
ಯಾ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಯಾರು ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದವರು ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ?
Sindhu, sir.
ಸಿಂಧು. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಸಿಂಧು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ k by m. ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ k ಏನದ? You already have the here k 163. Very good, simple. Divided by n, divided by m. M ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? ಮಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 0.5 kg ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. So substitute 0.5 kg. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡಿ ಮಾಸ್. Look at the mass. I have given here. Mass is how much? Mass is 0.5 kg. Displacement is what is the value?
12.75, sir.
How much is the value? Root of k by m is, check ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, 163 by 0.5. Root ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು ಮೊದಲಾಕ.
18.0.
It is giving you 18.30. So first one is 163.3 divided by 0.5 la? Yes, that will give you 327.
18.07, sir.
327 ಬರ್ತದ. ಅದು ರೂಟ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದ್ರ, so this will give you root of answer. It is 18.08. okay, or 18.07. ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗರ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, as we have done it like this. Add one more step here. So 163.3 divided by 0.5 is 326.6. other root ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿರಿ. So find the root of that answer. That will give you 18.07. Unit head, what is the unit? Unit is radians per second. Okay, aita. This is the value. Next, you have to find the time period. Next another, you have to find the time period. Period. Yes, period of the resulting oscillations. Okay. So third one is to find the period. Okay. So just take the period. Okay. So to calculate the period, we know that omega. What is omega? It's already given to you. Omega is the angular frequency. So third one is the time period of oscillations. So T you have to evaluate. We know that what we know, omega is equal to 2 pi by T. That implies T is equal to 2 pi by omega. 2 pi by omega. Okay. So substitute it here. 2 into pi as it is. Omega, it's here. How the? So you have the omega already here. So substitute it. It is 18.07. Okay. And what is the answer? 0.347. Okay, 0.347. Unit head time with the seconds.
Second, sir.
Barkondrillara. Okay, hope you have taken down this problem. Okay, so T is, in this case, T is the time period. It is 0.347 seconds. Third one, omega. Omega is 18.07 radians per second. And the first one, what is the first one? K. What is K? Spring constant. Okay. K is equal to K define ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಾನ ಬರೀತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ spring constant K. Okay, so here I will write K is equal to spring constant K is equal to 163.3 Newton point. So this is the first one, second and third values. Okay, got it? So these are a very simple, when you compare with your PUC level, these are very simple solutions. Okay, direct ಅದಾವ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅದಾವ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ದಾಗ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಡೀಲ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮೆಟಿಕ್ very complex problems. Okay, so go for the next one. Have you taken down this? ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿಲ್ಲ omega, and the third one, time period. Okay, fine. Go for next one. Okay, you take down this problem. Meanwhile, okay, I have taken down the problem.
No, sir.
Okay, take down the problem. Is it visible? Okay, I hope it is visible. Okay, so go for the problem. I will read the statement. A spring undergoes an extension of 5 centimeters. Same problem what we have done in the previous case, but slightly different. A spring undergoes an extension of 5 centimeter. What is the extension? Extension of 5 centimeter for a load of 50 gram. Very important. This statement is very important. Look here. It goes an extension for 50 gram. A load is there. Okay. For a spring, what is the load that is applied? The load that is applied is 50 gram. Okay. This is the M1. M is 50 gram. Okay. When we apply a 50 gram load to it, it get extended. There is an extension in the spring like this. It gets elongated. Okay, it gets elongated. So once it gets elongated, there is an elongation that is produced for this M1. When you hang a mass of 50 gram, what is that extension? It is Y1 equal to, or I can say it as Y equal to 50 gram. Y is equal to 50 gram. That means sorry, y is equal to 5 centimeter, not 50 gram. It is load actually. So y is equal to 5 centimeter. Okay. Next, find the frequency. Find the frequency. Find the frequency of oscillations. Find the frequency of oscillation. Angular frequency alla, frequency of oscillation. If it is set for vertical oscillations with a load of 200 gram, with a load of 200 gram, okay, attached to its bottom, ignore the mass of the spring. Okay, now look here, unless and until it is told that the mass of the spring is to be considered, we will always ignore this mass of the spring. Okay, the mass of the spring is always left out. Okay, now I will read out once again. A spring is undergoing an extension of 5 centimeter for a load of 50 gram, for a load of 50 gram, for a load of how much? 50 gram. Okay, so find the frequency of oscillations. Find the frequency of oscillations attached to its bottom. Ignore the mass of the spring. Okay, so first you write the information whatever you have. Solution. Okay, extension in y is 5 centimeter for 50 gram. Therefore, I will write the first mass that is hanged to a spring. M, I will take it as M1 and that is equal to 50 gram. So convert it into kg first itself. 50 kg means 50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kilograms. So this is the conversion. 1 gram is 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Therefore, you should write it as 50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Okay. Extension that is produced. Extension means displacement. Extension or displacement. Both mean the same. That is equal to y. Small y. Now look here, I have 50 gram. Once I apply 50 gram, it gets extended by 5 centimeter. How much it is extending? By 5 centimeter. Okay. So therefore, I can write y is equal to 5 centimeter. This is the displacement. For 50 gram load, whatever the load you have for 50 gram, corresponding displacement is 5 centimeter. 5 centimeter. 50 gram ನೀವು ಮಾಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 5 centimeter ಆಯ್ತು. Therefore, find the spring constant first. Okay, so therefore spring constant, you know that. Okay, I have to evaluate the first one, spring constant, as you have done in the last class, last part. Spring constant. First one, K. I have to evaluate this K. Okay. Once you get this spring constant, then only you can calculate the frequency. Okay. So I have to evaluate K. So K is given by, as you are done in the last part, it is restoring force divided by the displacement, or it is the applied force divided by the displacement. Now, when you apply the mass is in the downward direction towards the earth, that is given by F. Applied force is M into G. This is the Newtonian force or the applied force. You are getting the point, where F is equal to applied or Newtonian force that you have applying Newtonian force. Okay, in this direction. The restoring force, as you know, that it is in the opposite direction, Fr. Now to calculate this Fr or F, okay, you should use this relation F is equal to M into G. So I am using this relation F is equal to M into G. Therefore, K is equal to, I can write it as K is equal to F divided by Y. What is F? F is M into G divided by Y antandra displacement of the write as. Now, what is mass? Mass is 50 gram minus 3 kg. Okay, everything should be converted into standard unit. Now here I left it out. 5 centimeter. No, 5 centimeter is 5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. Why? Because 1 centimeter is 10 to the power of minus 1 centimeter is 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, and 1 gram is 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Everything should be in standard unit. If it is not in standard unit, you have to convert it and substitute it here. So 50 into G is 9.8 meter per second. Acceleration due to gravity. G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. Divided by Y. Y and the displacement. How much is the displacement? 5 centimeters. So 5 into 5 within model. Okay. 9.8 answer. Centimeter la divided by Y and the 5 centimeter 10 to the power of minus 2 Y and okay. Y is this 5 centimeter. M is this much. So M1 I have tried as. Okay.
8, sir.
What is the answer?
9.8.
9 point. What is the answer? 9.8. Very good. So the answer is yes, 9.8. Now all these two will cancel automatically. You will get the answer as 9.8. Therefore, the spring constant K. Okay, spring constant K is equal to 9.8. Unit head ray?
Newton per meter.
Very good. Unit is Newton per. Got it. So this is over now. First one is over. Now it is tricky. Self tricky. Roga. Yen trick. Okay. What is the trick you have? Now I have evaluated the spring constant for a mass of M1 50 gram. Sorry. I have evaluated the spring constant for a mass M1 equal to 50 gram. 50 gram haki nanu spring constant evaluate madam. Yakandre kottidda hangada. A spring undergoes an extension of 5 centimeter for a load of 50 gram. From this information, I have to calculate the K. Once you calculate the value of K, next find the frequency of oscillation. Find the frequency of oscillation. To evaluate the frequency of oscillation, I am using a other mass. What is the other mass that I am using? 200 gram. That means the mass that I have hanged here, it was 50 gram. Now I have to change it to 200 gram. So I will rewrite the diagram for you. Okay. So this is the second part. So I will have the same spring. I will remove the mass that I have hanged. Okay. Now I'll hang a new mass. What is the mass that I have hanged? This is a mass M2. What is the mass that I have? M2. It is 200 gram. Okay. Yes, 200 gram. So this is the mass that I have, M2. Okay. So this is the equilibrium position. Now, as you know, there is an extension. So this will have the extension like this.
Sir.
Henry. Are you able to hear the sound?
Yes, sir. Electrical class.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಂತ ಯಾರು ನನಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ತಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಂಗೇಜಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ he is busy with the some medical emergency, so I will continue for another 5 minutes and leave it off. Okay, electrical class illa
ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕ್ಯಾರ
ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹಾಕ್ಯಾರ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಫೋನ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಓಕೆ ಈಗ ಹಾಕ್ಯಾರ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರ ಈಗ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರ ಬಿಡಿ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದೇನು ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಓಕೆ. So y is equal to the displacement. Okay, got it. So once you apply the force, this is the force, and if you leave it, it is oscillating like this between the points A and B. A matta B nadaka oscillation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, it is oscillating between A and B. So what is the mass that I have hanged? Keep in mind, it is not 50, it is 100, it is 200 grams. Therefore mass M2, what is M2? 200 gram minus 3 kg. This is the value of mass. Now I have to find the frequency of oscillation. Frequency of oscillation. The frequency of oscillation is N. Okay. And frequency means number of oscillations per second. It is given by 1 upon t, or we know that t is equal to 2 pi into root of m by k. I can write this value of n as 1 divided by 2 pi into root of k by m. So if you know the value of k and m, you can calculate the frequency. Now here mass is not m, it is m2. Therefore, I will take it as m2 and I will calculate the frequency of oscillation for this. So therefore, n equal to 1 divided by 2 pi into root of k. K you have already evaluated 9.8 in the previous case. Okay, 9.8 divided by mass. What is the mass? 200 grams. So 200 gram means this is the value. Okay, so what is the value? What is the value of n? Frequency?
0.99 seconds.
Frequency of oscillations, n. You should get it as omega equal to how much it is? Okay, 9.8 divided by 200, 200 into 10 to the power of minus 3. It's 49. Yes. Okay, this will give you 49. 1 upon 2 pi into root of 49. So root 49 andre 7 bartada. 7 divided by 2 pi. 7 root of answer divided by 2 pi. 2 into pi. It is 1.114. You get the value of frequency as 1.114 CPS, or cycles per seconds, or it is hertz. I can also write as hertz. So it is n equal to 1.14 hertz. This is the frequency of oscillations. You can also find the angular frequency just for your information. I will write it here. Angular frequency omega is equal to root of k by m, as we have done in the last part. Okay, k is 9.8, m is m2. It is 200 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so omega will be equal to root of 7, 9.8 divided by 200, 200 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Close the bracket. It is
When, sir?
It is 49. Yes, root of 49. It gives you root of 49. So omega is the thing, but 7 radians per second. Okay. So you can do in the other way also. Nimu omega bantala. Okay, I'll tell you just for you can also do in other way, or in this way or this way. Once you get omega, you know that omega is 2 pi by t, or it is 2 pi n. Yakandra n antandra frequency, t andra time period. So n is equal to 1 upon t. Frequency is 1 upon time period. Okay. If you rearrange it, no, this equation, n is equal to omega by 2 pi. Hingu madabodu. So omega ನೀವು 7 radians ಆಲೆ calculate ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. 2 pi ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರ ಮತ್ತೆ 1.14 hertz. Okay, either you can use the first one that I have done, or you can use the second one. Okay, you both use the same answers. Okay, so I shall stop here itself. In the next class, we will go in detail. Okay, for the damped oscillations. Okay, namaga time sigaga problem ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾವಾಗ extra class idra. So you can before you leave the class, I would like to take the attendance. Okay, and I will share the what you say this notes of the class. Okay, just a minute. I'll take the attendance. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding these two problems, you can come at you can ask me at any time and solve the problem. Okay, thank you. Can attend the class for the electrical. If you have, I shall stop here itself.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.